G'day and welcome to another Pokemon Go video. So jumping into Go Battle League. So at rank 5, starting to run up against some more meta teams in the Great League. And so by more, I mean all of them now seem to be meta teams. I've not hit any hugely anti-meta teams yet. It seems to be still in the meta that people are running. So for now, I think I'm going to leave this the same. I am still running into a fair few Altaria, and having the Azumarill and the Registeel really help against Altaria. So I think I'm going to leave both of those in, and the Galvantula is doing okay. I've made some bad switches using it, and so it's not been as useful, but that's my own bad play, not so much on the Galvantula. So if you want to see the rest of my battles, I'll link to the playlist now, so you can have a look at some of my previous ones. So some I've done okay in, some not so well, but it gives you an idea, and you can have a look at how the team composition of opponents that you'll face changes as you go through the ranking system. And so definitely, even at rank 5 now, so I've not actually done a battle in rank 5, but even the difference between ranks 1, 2, 3 and 4 are fairly significant. So in rank 1s it just seems like a free-for-all. Rank 2 pretty much the same, maybe 1 or 2 meta Pokemon in amongst there, and then from rank 3 and rank 4 it starts to get a little bit more competitive. So I'm expecting rank 5 to be much of the same in terms of a lot of meta Pokemon and people starting to really use those properly. So let's have a look. We'll see how we go, and yeah, let's jump in and hopefully we get some decent leads. Everyone wants a nice lead, so let's see what we get. So that's an interesting name. I won't even bother trying to pronounce that one. Let's throw out a Azumarill, see what we get. So we get a Lantern, which is not ideal. So what I might do here is switch straight into the yeah, so I was fully expecting them to switch out there, so I'm really hoping I do not get a shield here. Have the Bug Buzz go through would be really, really nice. Oh, and it's gone through, so that's done a whole lot of damage, so they're going to be really worried about that now. So this is going to be a Rock Slide, so I will shield this up, because that's going to do huge amounts of damage, and that way I can fast move farm this down and get to the next one. So that's really good for me. Let's see what comes out. So it is the Reggie, so I'm going to just straight up throw discharges here, and I'm trying to think of what I'm going to save. So for this one I will throw my, let's see, so I'm going to, if I can get to another discharge, I'm not going to bother shielding this up. So I'll let this go down. So the Flash Cannon is going to be resisted, so I don't actually know if it's going to be taking me out at this range. Let's find out. So if it doesn't take me out, it's going to leave me with next to no health. Let's find out. Oh, so it didn't take me out. And let's see if I can get to another discharge. It's going to be close. I cannot. So I'll let this counter go for a little bit. I didn't actually look to see what my switch clock is. So obviously let's see whether they switch out here. So I'm not going to shield this up. Let this Flash Cannon go through. I can tank a couple of these, so I fully expect them to switch out at some point. Let's see. Oh, so they got there first, so I'm not going to shield this either, so I'm not within range, so I'm fine. So unfortunately we hit that at the same time. So I might undercharge that a bit, because then hopefully it won't. Oh, it still took them out. That's fine. So I don't want them to farm up any energy on me here, so what I'm going to do is let this one go. Let's see what happens. Oh, and it's Hydro Pump. That's really not good for me. So they're this is going to be doing next to no damage. So I'm hoping they think it's a Focus Blast rather than a. Oof, so this is bad. Oh, so they've let that go as well. I'm in big trouble here. Let's see if I can get to a Focus Blast before they can get to a Hydro Pump. So I'm going to shield this up. Let's see what happens here. So it's only a Thunderbolt. Yeah, so that's really good on their part. So this is looking bad. So they'll probably throw the shield up here. That's exactly what I would do. So what I possibly should have done is switched out, and then, yeah, so this is GG's right here. So let's see if I can switch this out. So I don't think that's going to be enough, to be honest. Let's see. So it's another Thunderbolt, so not ideal for me. And let's see if I can get to the Focus Blast, which I can. So made that sacrificial swap there. Would have been really nice for that to be, and oh, that's enough. Boom. So making that sacrificial swap, really good. So for that one, it takes Lantern 7 Thunderbolts, 7 Sparks to get to a Thunderbolt, and 10 to get to a Hydro Pump. So swapping that out really worked out well for me. So really lucky with that. So what I possibly should have done there is not gone for bait to start with, just gone straight up Focus Blasts all the way. Was able to get pretty lucky with that one. So we'll jump into the next one and see how we go. So like I always say, you want to be trying to count those fast moves. I'm really bad at it, but try and count those fast moves, and when swapping, look in the top right hand corner of the screen to see what type is coming out, so you can make your swaps quicker. So this is really good for me. So they will be swapping this out. Let's see what they swap to. So poison, and so for this one I'm going to, so this is potentially a bad idea, so I really probably should have, so I definitely should have swapped this to the, oh, and it's Shadow Ball straight up. This is brutal, absolutely brutal. So they're going to shield this up, and yeah, I'm in a lot of trouble. So let's see how we go here. So it'll depend on what their third thing is. So they may not even bother throwing another charge move, which they haven't. This is just brutal. So they're going to throw the charge right now. So I'm going to have to shield up. I've got no choice. If it's a Shadow Ball, it will wreck me. And it's a Sludge Bomb, so yeah, I don't know what I was thinking there, so I'm just hoping I can charge fast move farm that down. Let's see what they switch out to. So it's obviously going to be this thing, so let's switch. Oh, so managed to get out of there, but now they've got switch control. Really not good for me. What have they got? So a shiny, yeah. So the only thing that can help me here is if I can get to another. Can I get there? So I can, so that's good. And I'm just trying to think of what is the option for me here. So no option, because this is not going to be enough. I thought that was going to do more damage than that, so I'm going to go discharge, and apparently it doesn't matter. My discharge is not quickly enough, even though I should have had the priority. So that's really frustrating. So I'm going to undercharge that because I've already wasted. It's GG's right here. Not shielding that Shadow Ball was yeah, real bad. So they're going to be able to fast move me down because their rock throw is just absolutely insane. So I really should have gone with the Galvantula rather than the Registeel to be able to throw those charge moves quickly. That was poor play on my part. So let's jump into the next one, because that was definitely my game to win. But, I mean, it is what it is. So let's jump into the next one and see how we go. So this one's okay for me. Let's see what they do. I expect them to swap out. So they're not swapping. They may swap on the charge move. So not swapping on the charge move. So interesting that they're not running... so they've let that go, which is fine. So I'm not going to shield this up. Let's see what it is. Doesn't really matter what it is. Mud Bomb's not going to do a huge amount of damage, and so they're going to go Mud Bomb again, which is absolutely fine. So I'm going to keep these shields. Let's see what they do here. So I don't want to be too greedy here. Let's get this next one off. So this will pressure shields. So we'll let them make the decision. Do they want to shield this up? And no, they don't. So that's absolutely fine. So what comes out now? So it's a Alolan Raichu, which is absolutely tearing me a new one. So they've shielded that up, and that's first shield gone. So for this one, I think what I'm going to do is go for my own here, and then I will go for the... Actually, this is doing pretty huge damage here. So I'm going to shield this up. Oh, and it's Grass Knot, so they really got me there, but that's fine. So I'll they got another one in, so that's unfortunate. So had it not, Grass Knot, not ideal for me. So let's see what they do here. So can I get there before? No, I can't. So I'm not going to shield this, and this is going to be the absolute nuke. Oh, so it's just a Thunder Punch, so that's fine. I was fully expecting that to be... let's see what it is. So it's flying. So obviously I'm going to straight up throw my discharge, and then I'm actually going to swap in because I don't want them charging energy. They should at this point realize that there is no point and quit the game. They are not going to be beating this Registeel. I've got a shield advantage, and it's just going to do no damage. So I think I've saved up probably a flash cannon, but they may just be throwing back-to-back sky attacks. I will shield it up. I don't need to, but no one wants to be that guy. So I'll shield that up, and yeah, I've quit out. So good game there. So happy with that one. Let's jump into the next one. So having the Alolan Raichu is in the back is interesting. So the fact that they had Grass Knot and Thunder Punch, so I was fully expecting a Wild Charge from that. It's definitely the better nuke sort of move. Let's see what we get here. So if they swap out into an Azumarill, which they have, I'm going to swap straight out into my Galvantula because I don't want them getting too much ahead of me in energy. So I think I'm going to shield this up because I fully expect them to do the same. So I could have survived the Ice Beam. Let's see. I'm hoping they didn't get another bubble through, which it doesn't look like they did, which is good. So let's throw that discharge. So they've shielded that up, so that's interesting. So I wasn't actually expecting them to shield because I will get to, well, this move before they get to theirs, which is happy days. So this is going to go close, but it won't actually take it out. Wow, so they've double shielded this thing. So that's interesting. So the question is, do I want to shield? So I think I'm going to. So Ice Beam, let's just count this up. So 1, 2, oh, so they've swapped that out. So I'm going to discharge on the Reggie here, which is probably not ideal. So I should have possibly saved that up. Yeah, so they're going to Focus Blast me, but that's fine. It's not within range to take me out. at Focus Blast at this range, so that's fine. So I'll be able to Focus Blast and take them out instead, which is absolutely outstanding. And then I'll have the so that's taken them out. So they'll bring back, I imagine, the Azumarill here, because they're going to try and bubble me down. No, so they're going to Ice Beam me, which is absolutely fine. And then I'm just trying to think of what I do here. So I think what I'm actually going to do is bring out my own Azumarill to farm up here so I can throw. So I'm really hoping that they do not get to another charge move, which I think they... Oh, so that was close. So they've gone into the Azumarill here. Let's... Ice Beam that thing a couple of times, and then that's good game. I actually half expected them to quit, which it now looks like they have, so happy days. So that worked out pretty well. So so switching straight up into my Galvantula into their Azumarill is the play. So previously in some of the others you've seen, I've not done that quickly enough. Even there, I was a little bit slow to it, so I probably let one extra bubble through that I didn't need to. So you want to get that switch like bang on. I was looking up in the top right hand corner to see what those what typing was coming out, so I would know. Saw the water and fairy and knew. So they were running, again, very standard line, which you'd expect to see at this sort of rank. Let's see what comes out. So I've got to be careful of the thunder for this one. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then I've gone for it. So I think that's enough for a thunder. It's right on. I think they had 8. Oh, it is Psycho Boost. So that's an interesting one. So they probably have. So I'm just going to charge up here because I fully expect them to. So Psycho Boost is 5. And now it's a Thunderbolt. Of course it is, but it's dropped their attack. So I'm going to Hydro Pump. So they're running. At least I know what they're running now. So they're running. And they've not shielded that up, so that works out all right for me. So I'm going to try and get to... So I'll let this one go. I don't think it's... Well, it's not within range to KO me, even if it is a Thunderbolt, which it isn't, so that's absolutely happy days. So now instead I'm going to farm down. I'm really hoping that they don't get to a move. So this needs to be a Psycho Boost. Can't have got to a... Yeah, so can't have got to the... So this is interesting. Let's see what comes out. So it's an Altaria here. So I will just throw these Ice Beams straight up. I don't mind if it does a little bit of farming, so we'll shield both of these. So I should be able to get to another one, which is absolutely perfect for me. And then I don't think I'm going to switch out. I'm going to let it go, so they'll have to double shield there, which is fine, and then they'll farm me down. So they'll be... let's see what they switch to now. So I imagine they won't waste their energy on the Reggie, and they're going to, so that's fine. I'll let that happen. I've got to be ready for the switch out though, so let's just farm. So Psychic and Fighting, which is fine. So I've got to get to this bug buzz. So I think this is just going to be the power-up punch. If it's not, I might be in trouble. Ooh, so it's Ice Punch, so that's fine. So I'll just throw the Bug Buzz here. And then with the Psychic type damage, this is going to, I imagine, get it close. It does. And I've managed to... So I'm going to let this go down. It's fine. I'll get a little bit of energy on my So possibly I shouldn't have let this go, because that's going to do a whole lot of damage to me for no apparent reason. But then I've managed to farm up the energy. I've got the shield in the back, so happy days. Let's see, and then one more flash cannon, so they won't be able to fast move farm me down here. So they did get to theirs before me. I will shield this up. I don't need to, but obviously best to shield. Let's see, sky attacks are going to be resisted anyway, but I'll shield that up and then throw mine, and this will be good game. So happy days. So getting those switches down a little bit better now, which is very nice. Managed to be able to take that one, so it's a good game right there. So happy with that one. So 5 games, managed the 4 wins, so really happy with that. Again, this is why you need a consistent team, because you can start to get those switches down. So as you can see, so if you have a look at some of my earlier games running this team, so I'll link to those, link to that now. You can see that my switches aren't quite as on point, and that's costing me games. So the idea with consistency, I know it's not probably the most exciting thing to watch the same team run over and over and over again, but you want to really nail down what you're doing. So if you know exactly who you're going to switch into, you can do that. You know who you don't want to switch into if they're throwing out something a little bit different. So that's the whole reason that you want to run a little bit of consistency. I will probably start to switch my team up now, so I'm starting to not run into quite as sort of standard meta teams, so starting to run into a bit of other things. So it's soon going to be time for a change up, but for now sort of running it okay, so happy at the moment. Let's see what this reward is. Azumarill, it's okay. I mean, yeah, as you can see, it's got the one Pokeball there, so now's the perfect time to say I've got a video that tells you how to throw excellent throws. Don't do what I just did and miss everything. Check out that video, I'll link to it now. Really useful for those raid bosses. Now, the pressure is on, so I've already missed one throw. I've said I've got a video on how to be better at excellent throws. Time to shine, time to show that I'm actually not horrible. No pressure there, and thankfully I managed to hit that one, so that's nice. So wait for the attack, throw during the attack animation, and then yeah, you've got a better chance of not getting it hit away. So obviously when you've got unlimited balls, or not unlimited, but as many balls as you've got in your bag, you're golden. You can sort of throw them. It doesn't really matter if it bats a few away, but if you're coming up to a raid boss, you do want to be saving those balls, so definitely improving your throws is the way to go. Hitting those excellent throws really can make the difference. So that would be my suggestion. So as it floats up the top, it's a real pain to throw at, so had it floated up there for a little bit longer, I would have just thrown away. Probably missed the throw bonus, but I mean, they can't run away. So for research rewards and for rewards in PvP, they're not going to run away from you, so you can, and I'm sick of waiting, so I'm just going to throw the ball. Of course it attacks now, and then see what we get. So I only got the great throw there, but that's fine. Let's see if we can keep it in the ball this time, and it stayed in, so happy days. So like I said, check out that video, improve your great and excellent curveballs, and it will really help you out for those raid bosses, particularly the legendary ones. So let's see, so 13, 14, 13, so not terrible. Not great, because obviously not what you want for PvP, which is where the Azumarill is at. So let's see how we go. So obviously no ranking yet, but we'll climb up into the rank 5, so my first 5 battles in rank 5, so still got a little bit of a way to go to get up into rank 6, but pretty happy with those. So far, like I said, so I had the 40 battles, managed to win 29 of them, so really am quite happy with that. So 29 battles out of 40 is really really good for me. So Ultra Great League is a hard one for me. It's probably the hardest for everybody. It's probably the league that has the most people competing in it, because the resources aren't that huge. So lots of people can power things up to 1500 CP, unlike in Master League, for example, when you have to max everything out. So, and it's a bit more forgiving in terms of you can have a much bigger variety in Great League, which makes it more interesting but also more challenging. So hopefully we'll get to see some of those different team lines as we go through. So that's it for this one. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.